Item. SCP-1153. Object Class. Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1153 is stored in a purpose-built storage area at storage site when not used for testing purposes. Permission to access SCP-1153 must be requested from the current Level 2 staff member responsible for supervision of SCP-1153. Currently Dr. Dart. Instances of SCP-1153 and 1153-2 are not to be stored while connected, and SCP-1153-2 must be stored in a depowered state. SCP-1153-2 is never to be left connected to SCP-1153 for more than 25 minutes at any one time. When an instance of SCP-1153-2 is turned on, the list of commands must be examined and any new commands must be noted. Testing of serious contagious diseases or diseases of unknown nature on SCP-1153 must be conducted under appropriate quarantine procedures, up to and including the restriction of testing to biohazard containment areas. Absolutely no tests on SCP-1153 using any of the diseases classified under special containment procedures are to be conducted without the express permission and approval of at least one member of O5. All such tests, if they are ever conducted, must adhere to the special containment procedures of the disease in question. Description: SCP-1153 is a collection of 12 as of human bodies. These bodies are a mix of different heights, weights, ages and genders, although some of the bodies appear to be identical to each other. These bodies are functionally alive, but catatonic. They appear to possess no higher brain function or ability to move or act of their own volition. The bodies appear to possess a constant internal environment, and neither require sustenance nor appear to age. All of the bodies appear shaved of hair and possess a barcode tattooed onto the inside of the left wrist. Each instance of SCP-1153 has what appears to be a standardized USB port embedded in the outside of the left heel. SCP-1153-2 is a collection of 5, as of laptop computers of various makes and models. The earliest produced in 199 and the latest produced in 201. These computers have all been discovered in direct connection to an instance of SCP-1153. Each of the computers are largely mundane and unremarkable, save for an anomalous program entitled Data Expunged. This program is heavily encrypted and to date no attempts to modify or view the coding of the program, or to transfer it to another computer, have been successful. When opened, the program consists of a menu including overlisted commands. All of these commands are named after an injury or disease, save for the first command, entitled Wipe. When an instance of SCP-1153-2 is connected by a cable to an instance of SCP-1153, the Data Expunged program is launched, and a command is executed. The primary anomalous effects of SCP-1153 can be observed. When a command is executed in connection to an instance of SCP-1153, the body will rapidly develop the relevant disease or injury over the course of approximately 20 seconds. Multiple injuries and diseases may be applied to a body, although the program will display an error message when more than 5 commands are executed on one subject. The wipe command heals the body of all injuries and illnesses within another 20-second period, up to and including death and advanced decomposition. This wipe command also affects injuries and illnesses not caused or related to the program. SCP-1153 instances appear to have fully functioning healing and immune systems, unless a condition related to these processes is loaded, and so can recover from these conditions naturally or as a result of normal treatment methods. All contagious diseases applied to SCP-1153 are fully contagious and can spread and infect others in a manner identical to natural instances of the illness. Certain diseases have multiple commands, usually appended with a bracketed word indicating something about the disease. For example, executing the command polio, incubation, will cause no symptoms to develop immediately, in line with the normal progression of the disease, while executing polio, advanced, will cause the body to immediately develop symptoms. The list of commands includes several diseases which have not previously been documented, as well as extinct diseases such as smallpox. For this reason, caution must be exercised when testing with SCP-1153. SCP-1153 initially came to the Foundation's notice on 199 after the first known instance of SCP-1153 was discovered under quarantine after being admitted to a hospital in data expunged, apparently suffering from smallpox. How it arrived in the hospital is currently unknown, as no documentation or evidence was found regarding how SCP-1153 had arrived in the hospital. Foundation representatives acquired the body and administered Class B amnestics to those involved. No further measures were required, as information had been suppressed to prevent a public panic. The subject was placed in Foundation custody, although little was learned of SCP-1153's nature until when a second SCP-1153 instance was taken into containment with an associated SCP-1153-2 instance. Since then, 10 instances have been discovered and contained around the globe, often in connection to unusual or misplaced outbreaks of disease. The current number of SCP-1153 instances outside of Foundation custody is unknown. Addendum 1153-1. Recent experiments involving SCP-1153-2 have led researchers to the conclusion that the anomalous program contained within SCP-1153-2 is not fixed and can change and develop. For example, after 2009 all instances of SCP-1153-2 appeared to contain a new command, entitled H1N1-09 influenza, which caused the subjects to develop symptoms identical to the aforementioned strain of the flu virus. All SCP-1153-2 instances recovered after this date have been found to contain this new command, possibly indicating that SCP-1153-2 instances are being updated in synchrony by a currently unknown process. Addendum 1153-2. Several new commands were found to have been added to the list of commands available for SCP-1153-2. All of the commands added on this date correspond to an anomalous illness or infection catalogued under special containment procedures by the Foundation, including data expunged. The single instance of SCP-1153-2 discovered after this date came to Foundation attention after an outbreak of SCP in redacted, and contained a command list identical to all other instances currently in containment. Future outbreaks of anomalous diseases are to be investigated to determine a possible link with uncontained SCP-1153 instances.